Hello, everyone. Good evening and welcome to our session. I am Ashutosh Yadav, the creative director of Designer Monkey, and today we are going to talk about an amazing topic again, that is business growth hack. And let me welcome our co-host, Mr. Yogesh Udgire.
Hi, welcome everybody. Hi, Ashutosh.
Hello. And before starting the session, let me know what exactly is the background of business growth hack. What exactly are those hacks?
In simplistic terms, hack is nothing but a imitation of a proven thing. So, if there is a proven process which is there, so it is not required for people to do R&D. So, to give you an example, there was only one car which was manufactured by Ford. Today, we are having almost 300 manufacturers. So all of them, all the cars have imitated from that. So people imitation. So it is an imitation of the concept. So it is far different from the copying of the thing. So growth hack is what are those processes or elements or tools or techniques which, if implemented, anybody who takes action on that, they can get the result. In simplistic terms, growth hack is that.
Okay, so we actually got what exactly is the growth hack, and now I really wanted to know number one topic. Are there any building stages for, or are there any bifurcation for different kinds of businesses or different kinds of people or different kinds of locations or
Yes.
whatnot?
Yes.
If we actually have to consider this growth hack.
Absolutely. So, if you are a new startup, a new business, uh, the process is a bit different. But if you're an existing business, we start with that. So, if you're an existing business, so those who are running your business enterprise, maybe 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, doesn't matter, n number of years. So, for those people, what we tell them is list down or gather all the information about your business. So the first thing is, do you have information about your customers? So do you have their names, their email IDs, their phone numbers, their WhatsApp numbers, their Facebook? So what are the different touch points which are there? So do you have that database with you? And if you have the database with you, so also start mapping them. What is their profile of the customers, what is their age, male, female, demographics. So the more the details that you get, it is far better for growth hacks to happen. So so what we call it as a customer profiling. So customer profiling, whatever data you can capture, that is the best. So for existing business, we tell them normally that. So existing businesses, if you have your own business, understand those things. And also you can list down your competitors and do the competitors mapping also, we tell them. So how is it your product or service different from your competition? So that is what is there. And for other people, then they can start from zero itself. They also have to do it, but for them, the older business, more data they have, so the data points helps them to move faster. That is the advantage, because for the new business you don't have those data points, so they need to start from zero. That's the only difference. The rest of the process is the same, Ashutosh.
Okay, very nice. So, as we have been talking about this particular topic for a while, you have sent me some of the keywords. So, let's take one keyword at a time. Okay, so first keyword would be using automation tools. Tell me a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So, Ashutosh, we are into the digital age, and why automation tools are required? The simple thing is, what I tell people is, you are using smart mobile phone or not. Most of them say yes. You're using WhatsApp or not? Then they say yes. So now people, businesses who are using WhatsApp. So the concept that we are going to share today, Ashutosh, we call it as zero budget growth hacking, because most of the time small business owners are worried, oh my god, how much does money it is take, can I do it? So I'll have to give. The moment growth hacking comes, they think it is something very technologically enhanced and upgraded. No, growth hacking is also simple. As simple, it's not as simple as you using WhatsApp. but it requires certain kind of learning. So the first question that I ask businesses, especially the small business owners or the micro business owners, I ask them, do you use WhatsApp? They say yes. Then I say, do you use WhatsApp for your business? They say yes. Then I ask them, have you installed business WhatsApp on your mobile? Then they say, what is it? So the first thing, business WhatsApp is a similar tool to that of WhatsApp, but it has an extra additional features that a businesses require. And that is the first thing which I tell. So business installing business WhatsApp is free, it is cheap, it doesn't require any money, but it has a host of services, a simple tool. That is the first thing which I tell. Then second thing I tell them, are you registered on Google Business? Then they say that okay, I'm registered. So I ask them how many leads you're getting, how many calls you're getting. Oh, I'm not getting anything. So then I start with okay, if you're not updating yourself, if you're not updating your things on Google Business, and again, Google Business is a free tool, Ashutosh. You don't have to spend a single penny for anybody. Go to Google, register your things. If it's a shop, if it's an office, register what is the area that you're serving. It's a simple process, and there are hundreds of videos on business WhatsApp and Google Business also. So growth hacking is nothing but the proven things by which people start getting leads, they start getting visibility, and their journey to profitability is smoother, safer, faster. That is growth hacking. So automation tools are simplistic, these tools. And there are other automation tools which are also there, Ashutosh, like customer relationship management software. Now, most of the people saying, okay, CRM, then I need to pay. I said, no, there is no need to pay. There are free tools. If you go to HubSpot, register yourself, the CRM is freely available. Not only the CRM is freely available, the training is freely available. Then there are processes also. There is support is also freely available. Yeah, but you need to learn. So, like HubSpot CRM, there are various other CRMs which are there. They are all free of cost, Ashutosh. So, why automation is necessary is because in the digital age, there are multiple things that we need to do. So, we need to be effective in our planning, we need to be effective in our analysis, we also need to be effective in the communication that we are doing to the people. So, to have an integrated approach, automation is necessary, and most of the automation tools are free. Yeah, there are some tools. If you don't want to learn, if you don't want to invest, if you want it faster, if you want for more regions, then you need to pay. So, Ashutosh, that's automation. So,
Uh,
right from the small simplistic thing to the fastest things. So, there are a lot of other tools, but let us focus on the small and entrepreneurs or the startups which are there, small business. Yeah,
Okay, that's really, really nice. And we'll be talking about more of these free apps and free techniques, what people actually can use. But we'll talk about that later. The next topic would be connecting existing customers with social media.
absolutely. So, the first thing is connecting with social media is the second step. Business owners need to check where are their customers. So, are their customers online? So if they are online, then connecting with them. So which platform they are there. So you need to find, again we say a Pareto principle. Where is your 80% business going to come from? So focus on those 20% customers, and which are those 20%? We call them as hungry buying audience. So people who are hungry for your product and service, and those who have the money in their pocket who can afford that product or service of yours. So identification of hungry buying audience is the first step. Are they online? Yes, no. If they are online, which platform they are there? Start mapping those platforms and create your visibility there. Visibility there means your profile. So if they're on Facebook, create a Facebook page. If they are on LinkedIn, create a LinkedIn page. If they are on Instagram, create an Instagram page. If they are on YouTube, create a YouTube channel. So it depends on where your customers are. If they're using mostly WhatsApp, make sure the WhatsApp is there. So you can upload your catalog on business WhatsApp. You can configure your channels. There are a lot of extra added features which are there on business WhatsApp. Those are simple things. So connecting is most important. So where are they? First identifying them and then connecting with them. So it is basically you need to build a bridge towards your from potential customers towards your organization. So building that bridge is we call it as a connection. So first is identification of the target customers, and then you need to attract those target customers. So how are you going to attract them? By content. So you can call them, you can put up a big hoarding, or you can SMS them, you can email them. If they're on Facebook, put up a post on Facebook, share with them, connect with them. So on Facebook also, if they are on a particular set of groups, go to those groups, join those groups, be there, connect with them on one-to-one on the Facebook Messenger. So those are all the things which are there, Ashutosh. So connection is more important. So where they are there and connecting with them. Yeah,
Okay,
Ashutosh.
one question I actually received, not in YouTube, but in my personal channel. Uh, the question is, do we get? You talked about HubSpot, right? HubSpot. So, do we get all these trainings and tools and techniques in your YouTube channel very soon?
Yeah, so we are planning. So currently we have already shared the links, Ashutosh. So there are some HubSpot videos also we have shared, and there are links which we have shared. Now, most of the time, business owners confuse two things, Ashutosh. So people who are having self-employed, they are one-man army. They are doing all the things of the business. So they asked me one question, Ashutosh: should I connect them as a person, as an individual, or should I connect them as a business? So now that becomes a very tricky question. So why it is because a tricky question? So naturally, people who are there on social media, they are for social activities. They are not there for business. So if you are an individual, connecting with an individual is very easy for people. But the moment you become a business, so business is an impersonal thing. So building up a business profile and growing the business profile takes more time than a personal profile. So people should know that whichever platform you go, it can be Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, doesn't matter. So if you go as an individual, as a person profile, it's far more easier doing those things. But if you go as a business, there are some advantages and some disadvantages. So you need to take a call. So it depends on how fast you want to go, how fast your team will be there. The choice is yours.
Okay, and there is a concept of lead and there is a concept of referral. So, tell me a little bit about how to generate leads and how to generate referrals and how they actually differ. And okay, let's talk this first, and there is a follow up question.
Yeah. So when we are talking about, this is a session of growth hacking, so we'll just restrict to the pinpoints of it. I won't go to the entire process. So what is it that will get you lead? So we need to focus. So if your content is good, if you're addressing the pains, the problems, the need, the interest, the challenges, the expectation of your potential customer in your content, he will get attracted. And once the customer gets attracted, it can be online or offline. If you have those FAQs listed on those platforms, if it is far more easier, it is easier for people to get lead. So lead generation, lead hacks is a subset of growth hacking. So how fast you get leads and from which platform you get leads, so that is one. So that's the lead generation part. Referral is a different part. So it is basically, Ashutosh, how many of your customers are delighted by your service? So for your customers, there are three categories: either they are satisfied, they are dissatisfied, or they are delighted. So satisfied customers won't give you referral. They are just okay about it. Dissatisfied customers will go online and do bashing for you. तुम्हारी बैंड बजा देंगे वो. It's the delighted customers who will do the best thing. So delighted customers, it's easy for them to give referrals. So how you treat them, what is the bonus that you give, what are the discounts that you give, what are the offers that you give, maybe commissions that you give. So it depends on the product and service. But there are referral sites, there are tools which have come, there are platforms which have come, which build up your referral strategy, and it is far more easier, and they also take some commission. So referral, what you give as coupons or discount coupons or preferred customer cards, it depends on those. So referral is also a very good growth hack, and only delighted customers can do that. So they become your brand ambassadors, Ashutosh.
Okay, really nice. And the follow-up question I was talking about is like creation and implementation of referral strategy. What exactly strategy they need to implement?
So normally, Ashutosh, a referral word came from the word of mouth strategy. If you like something good, you go and tell, okay, the movie was good, the dish was good, the person is good, the business is good, the service is good. So it is building upon the word of mouth strategy. But for the word of mouth strategy to happen, the business needs to have that in place and it needs to communicate that. So the referral strategy is nothing but having those things in place. So the customer, who's delighted customer, should know that this company is offering some extra incentives to me for me referring to others. So that is the communication. So referral strategy is nothing but you devising the system and those communication channels for your existing customers so that they start on the referral journey. And MLM companies are, Ashutosh, best companies, those who have implemented that. So they grow their network and then they build. So entire network marketing domain or direct marketing business, they are built on that referral strategy. So they go on referring and they go on growing. And because they get commissions, they go on growing. So they keep supporting it also. But for the businesses, it's a bit challenging initially for the small business, but it is the tools have made it much more easier, Ashutosh, these days. So there are platforms which are there where you can build up the referral strategy.
Okay, along with the referral, we really need a lot of networking nowadays. So tell me a little bit about what networking strategies we can actually follow.
Best is now currently using LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is the world's biggest professional network, and all the professionals, it is said 80% professionals are there on there. So I would split the networking strategy into two parts. One is the online strategy and the offline strategy. So online strategies, look out into the webinars that are happening, look out onto the sites that are there. So what are the meetups that are happening online? So networking online is one strategy. Offline networking is also there. So you can join a particular chamber of commerce or an industry association or the events which are happening, the training events, or maybe the exhibition which is there on the particular thing, or maybe a corporate event that are there, the seminars, the conferences which are there. So there are a lot of things which are there. So networking has online and offline category which can be done, Ashutosh.
Then next one is there's a lot of adjacent strategy, like adjacent marketing strategy. We talked about referrals and leads, and we talked about how to actually reach out to the people and have network. But how to do marketing, how to push yourself online.
Yeah. So adjacent marketing strategy is only for those people, Ashutosh, who have a bandwidth, time bandwidth is there. They have an extra time bandwidth. So if they have reached a saturation level and if they have a time bandwidth, then they can go for an adjacent market strategy. Adjacent market strategy is for your existing customers, you can do forward integration or backward integration. What are the product services before that? What are the product services after that? So if you can collaborate with them and serve them with those products and services, either for forward integration or backward integration, or existing customers, whatever things you can give it to them, that is called as an adjacent market strategy. And it is one of the proven growth hacks, Ashutosh. That's why they discuss it.
And we talk a lot about even in my organization about cold calling, emails, and WhatsApp.
Yeah. So, Ashutosh, growth hacks tells which is the effective strategy. So cold calling, how many people you can call? So again, you need to again call. If you need more people to call, you need to who's going to do the other work. So mostly for the startups and small business owners, that becomes a challenge. But that can be outsourced. There are a lot of cold calling agencies which are there, or what we used to call earlier as BPOs, business process outsourcing. So call centers. So you can outsource your work to them. You give your script, you give the numbers, or they can find out the numbers. But you need to find out, will cold calling work for you? Is the conversion happening there? Or sending emails will work? Or sending WhatsApp will work? What is the way to reach out to your customers? So what is the messaging? What is the content also which is important? And which platform you're using for messaging for them? That also is there. So basically, Ashutosh, as I said, the entire growth hacks works on the principle app for whom it has been successful, and within your category, what is it that they has been proven successful for them. Suppose if I want to go and invest in the shares, I'll just find which share is moving faster, which share is giving more returns. I can ask two, three people or do online research. I'll invest my money into that. If I want to buy something, I'll just find out which is the good product, which is the good service provider. That's all. Now also, so growth hacking term was popularized by digital marketers only. And in digital marketing also, growth hacking plays an important role. So why it plays an important role? Now suppose if I'm sending emails, Ashutosh, I need to check out what is the opening rate. Before opening rate, how many emails are bouncing? That is also there. If I'm sending 1,000 emails, maybe 200 are bouncing, only 600 are going to the inbox. Out of those 600, how many people are opening that email? After opening that email, how many people are reading that email? And after reading that email, there is concept called as call to action. How many are taking the call to action? And how many are registering with me? Or the final call to action is taken place. So all this also becomes a part of it. So growth hacks tells follow what is successful, and if you don't have that, then do a small bit of experimentation. So the experimentation is necessary in growth hacking, but the experimentation is with small assumptions with clarity, and then you proceed with that. Then comes a thing called what we call it as freemium account. So freemium account is if you have a mithai shop, okay, test my mithai, I'll give one mithai free to you. If you like it, you buy it. If you don't like it, okay, that's fine. So freemium account is the first thing is free. So if you are a designer, Ashutosh, okay, first design is free for you. Check it out, check the response, then you can consider buying me. So it's like a person comes, tries it out. If they find your product or service is good, they'll buy it. If they don't find, they'll leave it out. So freemium account also helps you to fine tune your funnel activity. So it's a sales process, Ashutosh, at the end of the day. So growth hacking, again, there are two parts. What I said is one is the growth hacking marketing part of it, where you are getting the potential customers on your doorsteps or on your virtual domain, website or platform. And the second part is the conversion part of it. So in conversion also, Ashutosh, there are growth hacks which are there. Now people may wonder, अरे यार कैसे possible है conversion में भी growth hacks है? Yes, Ashutosh, simple thingly, if I'm calling my customers, there is a software which is there. This software, when I'm interacting with the customer, tells me what I need to speak, what questions I need to ask, what should be my tone, what should be my pitch. Online, as I'm speaking with you, Ashutosh, the software will tell me live. But now this is not free of cost, Ashutosh. These are premium softwares, but they are available at a nominal cost. So all our telecallers, telemarketers can start using this to enhance their effectiveness. So these AI-based softwares are supporting us for conversion of it. Same thing happens on the website also. So there are new features which are coming, which we call it as AI-based content management systems, which are supporting us to close the customers who are there online. So freemium account, freemium version, building the sales funnel, and also then comes the content strategy part of it. In content strategy, it is very simple. Does your content address the solution to your potential customers? So, is there a tinkling of that you are an expert and you are a reliable, you are a trustworthy person, and there is a solution that you are providing? So, a person, the content has to be attractive, and there has to be a solution to their problems, to their pains, to their needs, to their expectations. These are the only two criteria of a content. Now, if your content strategy is working, normally in growth hacking, we say, okay, if it is working, and you want to increase it, so duplicate it for different regions or the new regions. But within the same region, if you want, you can double it. So if I'm posting one post on Facebook, we recommend, okay, start posting two posts. So either, so double impact is the terminology which is used in growth hacking, is either I increase the number of contents or I enhance my effectiveness of the content. It's a simple thing in content strategy. So what we call it as relevant content, is it the right content to the right person on the right time at the right platform? If it is that, it works magic. So that is what in growth hacking we find it out. The next part of the growth hacking, Ashutosh, what we call it as a social commerce. Now, social commerce is a very deceptive thing because most of the time people have come on social media not for business. So social media has been brought up to connect socially, not for doing business. And there social commerce plays an important role. Since the people are there, that's why businesses are coming there. So the physical marketplace has moved virtually. So the social media sites have become the marketplace, virtual marketplace, and that's why presence has to be there. So growth hacking follows a simple process. Visibility. Am I visible to my target customer? If I'm visible, am I generating enough leads? Are those leads getting converted? So first thing is what we call it as visibility. Second is credibility. So conversion will happen only when I'm credible. When my credibility is there, only that time it will happen. And after credibility comes the profitability. So profitability is okay, you're profitable, your process and it is automated. Now you can go on increasing the number of size or the region that is there, or the different cities which you are there, maybe by the franchisee route or dealers, distributors, whatever route you call it as. So that leveraging of social commerce, basically social media is the only entity ever found which has a viral component. What we mean by viral component is, now Ashutosh, if I'm sending you a email and I'm converting you, you get converted. But if I'm using a phone call, that is also one of the part. Virality is such an important thing for small businesses that they need to understand the power and the potential of the social media, because social media is the only media in the world where if a person likes, comments or shares your content, it goes on their followers timeline. So social media is the only media which can go exponentially faster. And if your content is of value to them, they'll engage with it, and there is a huge chance that it will get viral. So talking about virality is very easy, but there are very few people and very few things it has to be mastered over a period of time. So virality is an important component. So what we tell is people in the growth hacks, include viral elements in your content that is there. And if the people are delightful, follow up with them. So most of the time people, they are delighting with the products and services, but they are sitting idle. They're not doing anything with the customers. So that's why we say, if the people are there who are delightful, take an opportunity to ask them questions, engage them. What are the pain points which they are having? And for that also, Ashutosh, again there are tools. So what we call it as like Dripify or Valaxy. These are some of the tools. There are hundreds of other tools. These tools help us build message and keeping us engaged with our customers. And also not customers engaged, but we can also track their response. Maybe we can have a delight scale, Ashutosh, on 0 to 10. How much am I delighting my customers? That is also possible over that. And then you have a choice, what we said earlier, like incentives for referral people, or discounts for those people who are referring more, or maybe preferred customer card, gold card, silver card, this card, that card, maybe surprise gifts to them, or inviting them to the party, or inviting them to a launch, whatever the things. There are a lot of things which are done. The next part of growth hacking is call to actions. And call to actions has different parameters. So it can be a simple button which is see on the website where it is register or click here, something. So they have very artistically done those buttons, call to action buttons are there. Then there are links, there are forms, there are some pop-ups which come, there are some prompts which are there for to style, or you can have a link to download a ebook, some very good ebook. Sign up forms can be there, or I can say, okay, there is a discount coupon which is there available for you. So call to actions are forming an integral part of the conversion process with regards to the websites. The next parameter which comes in growth hacking, Ashutosh, is measuring measurement and analytics. So if I am doing a post on LinkedIn, I can measure it. How many impressions it had, how many accounts it has reached, what is the engagement level. Engagement level is the likes, shares, and the comments that we have. So in growth hacking, measurement and analytics forms an integral part of it, because we need to measure our effectiveness. So whatever we are planning, are we meeting those norms? And for planning growth hack process or growth hacking strategy also, people work on two parameters. Earlier they used to call it as KPIs. Now currently what is used is OKR. KPI is key performance indicator, which is there, what is that I must do or what is I need to measure. OKR is objectives and key results. So there's a slight difference. I'm not going into details of that. People can Google out that. But both of them are good. And why this measurement is necessary is because the marketing today is data driven. So what business owners need to do is that currently that decision making process, Ashutosh, happens only by their experience. The experience gives them the intuition. But what these old businesses need to understand, that for decision making process they need to balance between two things. One is the data and second is their experience. So if the decision making happens when both these elements are there, the decisions, all the statistics have shown, are much more impactful and effective. All those strategies are very much effective. So in growth hacking process, what we call it as a zero budget growth hacking process for all of you, all this is possible, and you can measure those effectiveness also. What else, Ashutosh?
You told a lot about lots of topics, and
Ashutosh, you are not audible.
okay. So you talk about a lot of topics and mostly covered approximately every of the keyword here. Now let me ask you, how much time does it take to configure all these things?
Very challenging question. Uh, so I will say basically how much and how much faster you want to grow, how much big you want to grow. So Ashutosh, what I normally ask is people is, what are the resources that you have? Resources with regards to time, resources with regards to people, resources with regards to money. So once you have these three parameters, that it becomes your resource bank. Then you decide, okay, what is that is available for me as a first milestone for success. So normally if the startup is there, Ashutosh, what we tell them is, first crack the first customer. Getting the first, onboarding the first customer is of importance to you. So once you onboard it, we plan, we support for them. Once they onboard it, okay, now one customer is onboarded, onboard 10 customers. 10 customers are onboarded, now go for 50 customers. After 50 customers, then Ashutosh, we sit with them and then we fine tune that process. So that is there. So how much time it requires depends on your resources. I don't know what resources are there with those people, what skills and capabilities that they have. So I'm assuming if you're a single person, you need to learn the free tools. What we call it as zero budget growth hacking is, you need to understand the platform. Those learning those platforms is simple. Like learning preparing a content, you can go to YouTube and prepare a content. You can go to Facebook, Instagram. Instagram will help you in creating reels, but one has to learn how to create reels, how to add audio to that. It is a free tool which is available. So learning cycle has to be there, the learning cycle has to be faster, or else you hire the freelancers or outsource it. But Ashutosh, primarily I say those people who don't have money, those who don't have budgets, free tools are available. Good number of free tools are available. Even if they want to send emails, they can send 2000, for 2000 people they can send those emails. Mailchimp is there. There are other similar sites and platforms which are there. WhatsApp, you can send unlimited messages through your WhatsApp physically. So WhatsApp is not going to charge for those messages. So the free tools are there. And if you want to save on your time, then you need to outsource. If you need extraordinary quality, then you need to outsource. So the time what is normally research, preparing contents, what kind of content is there, it requires some time. So I'm assuming it maybe in one day you can prepare using Canva or free pick. Then sharing those on your platforms, on your WhatsApp messages, emailing them, putting it on the platforms, or calling them, whatever time it requires, conversion time it requires. So it's not a very big time. So just do it, I would say. I have seen people, Ashutosh, doing all the things in 1 week. So growth strategy planning and implementation using fruit free tools happens in 1 week. 1 week means planning in getting the customers, onboarding the customer who pays you. It can happen in 1 week's time.
Okay, so these things really work fast. Uh,
Absolutely.
Now we know what to do, the do's of the growth hacking. Tell me a little bit about don'ts of the growth hacking.
Okay, so normally the challenge is, Ashutosh, is if you don't have clarity on your target customers. Who is my target customer? If you don't have clarity, growth hacking goes haywire. If you don't know which platform they are, growth hacking, suppose if a clients means potential customers are there on LinkedIn and you are just posting content on Facebook, on Instagram, emailing them, WhatsApping them, it's not going to happen. So clarity is the first most thing. And along with clarity, also critical thinking when it is implemented. So the first thing avoid is having clarity of goals. So you need to decide on what are your goals. Also, what is your hypothesis? What are the assumptions that you are making? Because when you start it, you start with an assumptions. You don't have to do all things because it's based on our intuition, our experience. That's why I said get the data points. So if you are able to get the data points, if you are able to do good research, then it is far more easier. But if it is not, then it happens. Testing it out. So testing and validation is the second step. So what this is what people don't do in a hurry. So first is clarity in planning, clarity and hypothesis should be clear. Then testing and validation should be done in a good way. Then whatever results come, you need to track and analyze them. People don't do that. And once it is analyzed, then you need to fine tune it. So Ashutosh, in simple terms, it is like here is your product or service, here is a market. So this has to fit properly. So fitting is the first step. So that fitting, so growth hacking we use for fitting. Then the engagement with the customer. Okay, the customer is engaging with us. Then the conversion of it, and then it gets synchronized. So fitting, engagement, and synchronization. So if that has to happen, so clarity is needed, assumptions, hypothesis needs to be understood, analysis has to be done, and then you need to fine tune. Second mistake which people do, Ashutosh, they'll put 3,000 budget either in Google ads or Facebook ads. अरे कुछ नहीं हुआ, फेसबुक में 300 3,000 रुपया खराब हो गया. सेकेंड टाइप ऑफ कंप्लेंट इज, अरे मैंने वो एजेंसी हायर किया, वो फ्रीलांसर हायर किया, उसने मुझे बहुत कुछ कुछ बोला था, ये बनाओ वो बनाओ वो बनाओ, मैंने सब कुछ किया, कुछ नहीं हुआ. So people either will blame the platform or they will blame the person. But growth hacking is to minimize that. So when you're outsourcing it, when you're starting it, you need to do. So Facebook also needs time because it's a machine to understand your customer. Google also needs to time to fine tune with your customers. So give us that much of time. So you need to keep fine tuning with that. That's the Ashutosh.
That was really, really nice, and too much of information with too much of precise step by step effective processes. So, I guess today we have taken a lot of time. It's already 40 41 minutes. Do you have any tips or techniques after we close our session?
Only one thing, get in action.
Okay.
Don't think much. You need to think. I'm not saying don't think at all. Think at a specific time, but action is what matters. After action, learn. So carry out. So people take a lot of time to start. That is the biggest challenge for startups. And growth hacking books are also available, videos are also available. Go through them and grow in life. Enjoy.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Yogesh, and thank you all of our viewers
Thanks,
for watching.
Ashutosh.